Hey everybody, this is Brandon Miller with another Mental Health Minute just for you. I hope you're doing well tonight. However, if you're not, this is a message for you. I know that we are still in odd, tricky, difficult times, depending on what part of the country you're in, what part of the world you're in. However, I know that the struggle is real. I hear about it every single day in my work as a therapist. So I want to encourage you to put into practice 4 new things, or maybe revisit these 4 things. So if you are struggling right now, just if you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling paralyzed, if you're feeling isolated, depressed, put into practice these 4 things. First of all, get creative. When I was in the darkest moments of my depression years ago, a wise mentor suggested to me, no matter what it is, get creative. Do something that taps into that creativity in your brain. Even if it doesn't feel right at first, even if it doesn't click, do it until it becomes second nature, and then it will start just really being therapeutic for you. And sure enough, it was. That's when I made my very first YouTube video, was during that season. And it just was super creative, being able to edit and make some videos. Loved it. Now, I'm gardening for the first time ever. My sons and I have put together 2 raised garden beds. I come from a long line of farmers and gardeners, lots of green thumbs in the family tree. I've not gardened since high school, and yet it is growing like gangbusters, and it's therapeutic because it's creative. Seeing something dead you put in the ground that then turns to life into something living that then produces something that then gives you life, that is so gratifying and creative. Find something creative that you can tap into, even if it's just for your eyes only. Get creative. Second thing is get reflective. Emotional intelligence is so very important, even more important than just your IQ. Your EQ, your emotional quotient, is so important. And a big part of EQ is your self-awareness. In my opinion, the greatest, most effective way of growing in self-awareness is journaling. You might think journaling is not for you. Man, there are 102,000 ways of journaling. There's not one right way. Get the pun? Not one right way of journaling. I've been journaling for 25 years, and it has been so therapeutic. The moment you put something on paper, you are then able to look at it objectively. Either you sleep on it, come back the next day or the next week, the next year, and you're able to then objectively look at what you put on paper. Man, I was really struggling there. Or, you know what? I've come up with a solution for that problem that the past me was dealing with. Whatever it might be. Reflecting on my first journal entries from when I was 20. Oh my goodness. I still have a long ways to go, but man, I've come a long ways. That reflection is sure helpful in terms of seeing yourself as someone in process, someone growing. And you are not stuck. And you're able to keep on trucking, keep on moving. So get reflective. Third thing is get breathing. James Nestor put out a book about breathing. Love it. And we've gotten it all wrong for hundreds of years in terms of shortchanging ourselves with the amount of oxygen we're giving our bodies. And we tend to breathe between 20-25 breaths per minute. The optimal number of breaths per minute that our cells need at the cellular level with that oxygen exchange for carbon dioxide is really between 5 and 8 breaths per minute. And so I encourage you to check your pulse, time how many times you breathe in a minute. And actually, you don't need to check your pulse. Count how many times you breathe in a minute, and I bet you it's close to 20 in that ballpark. So get breathing. So slow down. Do some 4-4-6 breathing, where you breathe in for 4 seconds, you hold it for 4 seconds, you breathe out for 6 seconds, and you rinse and repeat. You do that 3 or 4 times, and that gets your brain that extra dose of oxygen, which calms down the amygdala, which is that emergency alert system part of your brain, which then helps you to re-engage with your prefrontal cortex, which is your thinking part of your brain, where you're able to make good judgment calls, have those great conversations, be emotionally aware, that sort of thing. So if you want to make some traction on dealing with your issues and your problems and your stress and your anxiety and your depression, breathe. Get breathing. Work on breathing here and there. Do some 4-4-6 breathing. Find an app, whether it's Headspace or Smiling Mind or otherwise, that helps you work on breath work. Get breathing. Last thing is this: get social. And it might not be easy to do. And whether it's logistically or just there's might be some fear or discomfort, I'd say even if it's just via text or a phone call or an email or some snail mail or going out for coffee with somebody or lunch, hanging out at the park with somebody, get social. That way someone can breathe life and speak life into you, and you can do the same for them. No one brings your brand of encouragement that you do. And so you gift that to the people around you, and vice versa. We are built to connect with people. We are social creatures, so get social. So get creative, get reflective, get breathing, get social, and get better. All right? I hope you're doing well. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this as we move forward. All right? So take care of yourselves. Just one foot in front of the other. All right? You're amazing. May this be your best day yet. See you guys.